first go out with the chain oiler today. Obviously I need to sort something a bit better for making sure the oil goes to where it needs to be, as we seem to be. Chain's oiled, but so is just about everything else around the back of the car. So I think we need to change where we're dropping the oil. You know, kind of when you're trying to make something new, if it works first time, then well, that's pretty amazing, isn't it, really? I'm trying to think, if things work first time, then there's no real fun in kind of working and developing them. The little Y connector came off the end of the hose, so it's obviously apparent that although they were quite hard to push on, I thought they would stay on. I'm going to need to just put cable tie or a little hose clip or something on there to keep them on. What I've decided to do is, instead of trying to drop directly on the chain, as has been suggested, is I've got the front sprocket in here. It's just to drop oil on both sides of the front sprocket, and then hopefully we can trust on the laws of physics to spin that oil out, and then it go onto the inside of the chain and into the links, because at the place you really want the oil to be, this is a non-oil ring chain, non-O-ring chain, because evidently these are the strongest ones and I had one snap. You want the oil to go in these little gaps here, and then it runs along the sort of pin that goes through the middle. That's where you want the oil to be. You do want a bit on the outside, so there's a little bit onto the sprockets, but that's not really the main thing. When people talk about chain stretching and stuff like this, generally what it is, it's not actually the chain, the metal stretching, it's the wear within each joint. If you think you've got, I don't know, depends on the chain length, 100, 150 odd of these links, if each one wears by a fraction of a millimetre, suddenly you've got a so-called stretched chain, but it's just a worn chain. And when you get to a certain degree of wear, you go through where all the bits are hardened up and get into soft metal, and that's when things really go wrong. Anyway, so I'm going to have a crack at rerouting this, but as per usual, I bought a bag of the little Y connector things, and I've put them in the garage somewhere safe. So as usual, I can't find where the somewhere safe is, so I'm either going to have to order some more, which will mean when the new ones arrive, the old ones will suddenly materialise right where I was looking for them, or I'll spend the next hour searching around and losing my temper. So let's just see where we go. Whilst doing my normal job, making some bits for sensors for carts, oh, what jumped out on the floor just behind me in the office? Those bloody Y connectors that I was looking for the other day to try and finish the chain oiler. Anyway, I had already ordered another lot on eBay, so I should have lots and lots of these in a few days. What it does mean is the rain stops and goes away after I finish work today, I can have a go at plumbing it in onto the pocket. So unfortunately events overtook me at this point. The car started jumping out of second gear, which needed the gears undercut and gearbox out, which means engine out, and a whole bigger kettle of fish, which will be a whole separate lot of videos. But what it means is I can't finish this project till that one's done.